And you said it already, AI replacing a lot of workers. Is it clear?
AI cannot replace heavy duty work, Mister. Like, for example, going into mountains and all that.
Aside that, AI can, well, there's still the physical presence. AI will not replace education.
You need the human sense in
Yeah.
education.
Yeah, education needs, because sometimes when you put something in your ChatGPT, your GPT, it gives you an info, an hint. But the teacher, before you say it, the teacher could give different explanation onto it, make real life events out of it. AI will not do that. It's only what you tell AI to do is going to bring out for you. So there's restriction on what it could do. But the teachers, because they have experienced real life events, they could give you scenarios about things. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's about technological unemployment. So mostly there's technological unemployment because workers lack the flexibility to move, to switch, to get retrained. So there's immobility of labor, there's occupational immobility. So when there's immobility of labor and occupational immobility, then it will bring about unemployment through technological unemployment. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
So the next one is cyclical
Or demand deficient.
or demand deficient. For cyclical or demand deficient, both frictional, structural, technological are all supply side factor. The only demand side factor that we have here is cyclical. So for cyclical unemployment, it occurs, I wrote, these are the unemployment that occurs when there is lower aggregate demand within the economy, which makes it difficult for all workers to secure a job. So there's cyclical unemployment, cyclical. Demand within the economy is not increasing. And if demand is not increasing, there's no point for firms to employ more workers. So they won't be able to employ more workers. That is the point. So no revenue for work, no revenue for businesses. They have to lay off workers because they won't be able to meet up with their cost. So there's unemployment. That is cyclical. And those that are unemployed will not be able to get a job because there's no job available based on the fact that businesses are not able to expand. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So note, cyclical unemployment is higher during the recession. So during the recession, which is an economic decline for 2 consecutive quarters, there's a recession. During recession, unemployment is high. And mostly it is always cyclical unemployment. Why? Because during recession, it is expected that income level would fall. So that means demand for goods and services would also fall. So a lot of workers will be laid off. Mm-hmm. That is why during recession we have high cyclical unemployment. But it's not only it is not only workers that will not it is not only labor that will not be fully utilized. Even capital, factories, offices will be empty because workers are laid off. Equipment will not be fully used because output is reducing. So both capital and human resources will be underutilized during recession. Is it clear? Mm-hmm. Any question about that?
No.
So that takes us to the next one, which is real wage unemployment. Are you there? For real wage unemployment, this is a situation whereby wages are set above the equilibrium wages. Wages are set above the equilibrium level, resulting in an excess supply of labor. So if wage is set above the equilibrium level, equilibrium is where the demand for and supply of labor meets. So what I agree to accept from my employer is the equilibrium. So if wage rate is set above the equilibrium wage rate, the supply of labor, people will be willing to work more. So the supply of labor will be more than the demand. Yes or no? But what happens to employers? Do you think employers will be able to pay? No. So there's going to be unemployed workers as a result of that. So here I go. Okay, that is about real wage. What are the causes of real wage unemployment? The first one, minimum wages. We talked about minimum wages already. So let me read. Unemployed workers might be willing to work for a pay below the minimum wage, and employers may also be ready to give work out to those who can accept below the minimum wage. But the fact that it is illegal to pay workers below the minimum wage, then unemployed workers cannot get a job. So the point is this: there's unemployment, and because I am unemployed, I could as well pay below the minimum wage. Yes or no?
But that's illegal.
But it is illegal. So it means I might take it right now and sue my employers later on when I get the job. Yes or no? So that makes my employer to be conscious. So they would not give a job. So it means unemployed people will be unemployed people would not get a job because employers are not willing to pay above the minimum wage. That is about minimum wage. Do you get the point here? Normally, if unemployed people, there are some unemployed people that would be willing to take below the minimum wage. But employers will be scared to give them a job because it could become a litigation. Do you understand?
For example, when they can give minimum wage when persons, for example, illegal immigrant.
Yes, they'll be able to do that. But what about as soon as that illegal immigrant becomes legal with his own paperwork, he might as well sue the company. So there are formalities to these things. So the point is, employers are willing to pay you. They are willing to employ you if you want to accept a low wage because it's good for them. But they won't be able to employ you because it is illegal, it is unethical to employ you and pay you below the minimum wage. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. There are legislation for that, so it is not possible. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So which means unemployed workers will not be able to get a job. So that's that's the first reason why there is what we call real wage unemployment. Then the second point is welfare payments. For welfare payments, we're talking about maybe unemployment benefits. Are you with me? So if the unemployment benefit I would receive from government is higher than some low pay jobs, then I won't be working as a result of that. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Because what's the point working when I know that government will even pay me more than what the job is going to offer me? So these are the two reasons why we have real wage unemployment. Unemployment benefit or welfare benefit higher than certain jobs, certain paid jobs, or minimum wages. Is it clear? Any question about that?
No.
So that ends the causes of unemployment.